2, 1, I hope. Yep, there we go. Alright guys, hey, what's
We're
up?
live.
Media Talk Pod, where we talk all things gaming, movies, TVs, and more. I can actually talk today, which is really nice.
Go Ryan! We're on a good start already.
Kind of. So I do
Kind of.
apologize for the background noise. I know it sounds a little off.
My microphone's dumb, and I pick up random CNN radio waves. You'll probably
So it does
hear
sound
about...
weird in the background.
Okay.
We apologize. We're working on it. We're only on fourth. This is only the fourth episode, so give us a little time.
Oh,
We will get there eventually.
maybe. Who knows?
So, first topic. Microsoft is now dealing with the same issues everyone else is dealing with.
Really, and that is stick drift.
Yes.
Okay, well, that's... I still don't know what the issue is going on with stick drift. I don't know, what all have you heard on it? Aside
It's a
from there's...
component switch. From Sony's perspective, they switched out a component,
Mhm.
and that's causing their issue.
Okay. That's
From
what it's
Nintendo,
going-
I don't know what's going on with Nintendo.
Well, that's been going on with Nintendo since their initial release of the Switch.
And
So,
they still haven't
I-
fixed it, so I...
No, well, of course they still haven't fixed it. They're making money for people buying new controllers. So,
Yeah, but
that
I
or
mean,
you just-
how long does it... Now, the bright side on Sony's is it takes like 2 years for it to actually start happening.
that's not bad. It took about 2 months for the Switch. So,
Now, I don't play my Xbox, so I don't know why they're having issues right now.
it's probably just because they're made cheap, and it probably makes it easier to make more money with controllers because people are buying them. That, or you do what I do and just buy it off-brand because it's cheaper.
That doesn't work pretty well, too.
Yeah, they do work pretty well.
But anyway, so an Xbox channel called Xbox Ready had said, "Hey, I have the issue," and I was like, "Oh, okay, you have the fix for it too." This is
Yeah, well, of course they always had the issue, but they never have a fix. Oh, damn it. Anyway,
well, I'm assuming there's a fix out,
well, yeah,
or at least
probably.
someone found a workaround eventually.
It all
I'm just wondering why this is happening because between all the hardware issues that Sony and Nintendo are having, they're having now controller issues.
Well, I really hope for Sony to get it fixed here soon because they, like we went over last episode, they are having the new system come out, and if they don't get it fixed soon, because they are doing what the 2-controller bundle now.
I haven't actually looked, to be honest with you.
Okay. I remember you
I don't know if they're gonna start that now
Yeah.
or if they already started it. It's been a while since I've
Yeah.
actually looked at anything. So,
Well, whether they start it now or with releasing the new system, I think since they're going to be handing out now 2 controllers that have a defect, I would hope for them to get it fixed here soon. That way they can get it figured out.
I'm not even sure they're gonna try. Alright, he's gonna fix his microphone a little bit, guys. I don't know. Is my mic off? It's fine.
No, your mic's good. Your mic's good. It's working.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. We're back. We're on.
Okay.
I kept hitting the chords on everything, so I wanted to. Yeah. Didn't really work.
Yeah, I get it. I got like 100 cords in front of my feet, but yeah.
Oh yeah. All right. So.
So again, this leads into our second topic, though, which is really a segue. Why is this now common?
Why is
Hardware issues are just common between all 3 consoles now.
Well,
so I don't...
I think the best thing to attain it to is at this point, economy's crap, despite what the news wants to say. The economy's crap. We have, I don't know, are the truckers still going on strike?
No, I haven't. I haven't seen. Have you seen semi trucks on the road? Although to be honest, I don't see them on the road often. But
Yeah, well, that's...
there are days where I see like 9 or 10. Just going
Yeah,
back
it's
and
just
forth.
all in a line. Granted, of course, as soon as the rain starts, construction goes on everywhere, and I know.
Yep.
But we're still having some kind of supply issue at some point. So I think really the only thing that's really stopping at this point is they're trying to make do with what they have. Of course, what they have is cheap crap, that they really. Well, I mean, if it's breaking, it's cheap and it's or cheaper, I should say, than what they're. Because I mean,
Yeah.
PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4, I never had a controller drift issue at all. And now all of a sudden, with this wave of new next gen systems with the Switch and the Xbox and all that, it's becoming more common. Like like you said. So, I mean, we'll see. What's your thoughts on it here?
See, I don't know because like it's becoming common, and like I know they're trying to fix it. Like we know Sony's issue
Yeah.
is they switch one part out, and that part has issues when you kind of flip your controls too much.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's Sony's issue. I don't know how. I don't know if they're even trying to fix it at this point.
Hmm.
Like it's not super bad because it takes a couple of years for the console to actually like for the stick to break down a little bit. So that's nice.
Yeah.
You
at
get
the
a
same
2-year
time-
leeway,
yeah.
but it's also a $75 controller.
Yeah, it's a $75 controller, and yeah, it's a lot of
So-
money you're dumping. I mean, especially if you're somebody that does it a lot, or does it maybe for streaming or stuff like that. That's a lot of money you could be using for other equipment for something that should be breaking down. Because I mean, my PlayStation controller I've had for about 4 years for the PS4. Still works like it's brand new. So
Now I am curious though, because I don't play my Xbox like at all.
Really?
specifically. Like it's not like my main PS5 is my main gaming console, and it will probably always be that way.
Yeah.
Except when Starfield comes out in like 2 days,
Starfield?
3 days.
it's already out.
No, the early access drops.
Oh, that's what that is.
So they had a 5-day or 5-6 day early access. It was expensive.
Oh yeah.
That's like $100 just for.
Really?
Well, I mean, you get early access, and then there's like a gigantic list of extra add-ons.
Oh yeah, because you need that in an already huge freaking game.
Yep.
Yeah. Getting some Skyrim flashbacks already with this.
I mean, we'll talk about Starfield on our
Well,
fifth
yeah,
topic.
that's later on the episode.
That'll be a gigantic thing. I've been watching Starfield reviews and
Oh, yeah.
gameplay through all week.
Mhm.
But the next topic is interesting.
Disney being sued.
So, Disney
by-
is being sued. Allegedly, they're being sued by investors soon, I think. I don't know when that's actually going to happen.
I like how you say soon, because
So, I say soon because
it's
if
Disney.
they get caught. Well, so here's the issue with when you're investing in a company and stocks, the FCC wants to keep you as safe as possible.
Okay.
So requirements for businesses are okay. They want accurate readings. Don't try to like manipulate it. So they'll like someone's gonna drop like 300K on a stock and try to get out on top of 500K.
Yeah.
Because if you manipulate that, he's gonna lose money and he's gonna be pissed.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, Disney dropped some article about, and I think I don't know if I talked about this or not, but Disney's trying to partner with someone for ESPN
Okay.
so they can help, because they can't afford ESPN. They can't afford anything at this point.
Shocker, because nobody's watching sports either. Jeez.
So they're having issues with that.
Mhm.
That article came out, and then that's about it. Nothing else has happened.
So it's basically just they're dropping ESPN. Investors don't like it.
No, it's basically just, I think they're trying to up their stock price and make themselves look better.
Well, of course they're going to try to make themselves look better. They dug a 12-foot grave and keep digging.
But you can't do that.
Yeah.
And then
So-
apparently there's been reports of them moving money and funds around to make themselves look like they're not losing money.
I thought that was already a common business practice with Disney. So I
It
didn't know if that
was.
anything new.
But apparently it's illegal.
But, oh, okay. So now it's illegal that they okay. Now that they start going under, it's illegal. At first, it was. Disney made as well just be its own like blue-haired, left-winged country. Granted, that's what half of America and California should be, but
I mean,
I say that with a Long Beach hat sitting on my desk, but we can go for New York. Yeah, no, that's...
But yeah, so apparently, I got this from a live stream, apparently, where I think mostly, like, 2 of the guys are investors that actually invest in the stock.
Oh, so they kind of have some straight sources right there.
Like, these guys are financial managers. They're not stupid.
Yeah.
Well, some of them are. The other guy said he doesn't know shit about finances. He even admitted it. But,
It's like, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I want to invest in the stock market when I, flip to being a legal adult, and I don't know crap about one. I'm trying to learn it, but it's the way I put it is, if it's man-made, it's going to be far more confusing than something that's already been here. Like
well,
that.
I know there's a basic rule of 80-20.
80-20.
So 80% you invest it, and 20% you can spend on bills and X, Y, Z, whatever you need to spend on.
That's a lot of.
The only issue is when you have a 9-to-5, that 80-20 world doesn't really work.
No, that's no, no. I thought I was going to be following the rule of 50-20-30 or 50-30-20.
Okay.
50 to bills whatsoever, 30 to savings, 20 for yourself, or something like that. I may have gotten the 30 and the 20. No, yeah.
See, every rich guy I talk to, though, says you don't want to spend too much on your bills. Keep your bills as low as possible.
Well, yeah, keep them as low as possible, but I mean, they're going to sit there and fluctuate how they always do, and turn off the lights when you're not using them, but the bill's still going to be a bill, Whatever it is, you got to pay it, or you don't got power, gas, heating, or X, Y, and Z.
Well, that's considered good credit, though.
Yeah, that's true. I haven't tarnished that yet.
You don't have credit.
Exactly. Hence
Actually,
why I
that's
say
not true. You do have credit. You just got...
I just haven't touched it yet. I haven't had a chance to. I haven't had a chance to mess it up yet. So what's this?
And apparently, so Disney being sued by 2 actors. I think Johnny Depp's suing them.
Oh, good. Yeah,
I mean, he's got a reason to.
Yeah, I did hear about that a while back that he was suing them. So I mean, good on Johnny Depp, because now he's, his face is no longer in the movies; it's on the courts. So I mean, that's great. I mean, what, it was a year ago now? About a year ago, he had the whole Amber Heard Johnny Depp thing.
Yep.
So there's that. But then they also have, and now there's this. Do you know who the other actor is by chance?
I don't. They didn't name him.
Of course. It's probably Mickey Mouse himself. You dropped me from the copyright. Or something. I don't know.
But yeah, Disney's kind of struggling.
Disney's been struggling ever since they picked up Marvel and Star Wars and tarnished all that and broke it.
I don't understand that though, because
they
picked up debts
Yeah.
when they bought Fox, which I don't understand how you pick up debt when you buy.
Probably because they didn't just buy like the licensing; they probably bought the full of it instead of just like. I don't know if it'd be like its own. Yeah, see what I mean? I don't know how that works.
Neither do I, and I'm just like,
I mean, the only
what
thing
debt?
the only thing I can really think is they bought like everything instead of buying just the rights to it.
Well, yeah, they bought Fox outright. Like it was like.
So yeah, that's probably it, because they, in a sense, they just kind of. You remember the Agario, Ajar.io, however you say it.
Oh,
that
what?
Game, that game that was big a few years ago. Agario.
Never heard of it.
No. It was so basically you play as a little ball, and your little ball has to get bigger by swallowing other balls. Take that as you will.
Who greenlit that idea?
It was Adobe. It was one of those Adobe
Oh, okay.
games.
Okay.
Like the Snake.io and all that. Really big in 5th grade. So when all that was, like all I can really say is they probably did some kind of BS like that, where Disney's the big ball and Sony or Fox is the little ball, and Disney ate it like they eat everything else
Right.
because they want to rule the freaking world with mouse ears. So.
You know, ironically, an article came out and they were like, okay, the only company Disney can't buy is Universal.
Well, I wonder why. Universal, I went to the Universal Studios a few months ago, like right before summer started, and I mean, their parks are great. It is, in my personal opinion, it puts Disney way down. I still don't, I didn't like Disney at the time. I haven't liked Disney for a long time. I feel like they're a lot more accommodating in a lot of ways. And not only that, but there's a lot more interactions you can have. I mean, literally, you can walk down like the old New York or something, and people just start yelling at you from the windows. Just fun. You know, they had the dinosaurs and all that, and now Mario and Luigi come. So yeah, good. I'm happy they can't touch Universal because then Harry Potter would be ruined.
They're not gonna touch that either.
Yeah,
Like, Hogwarts Legacy made over $1 billion in sales, so
yeah,
they're not touching it.
no. Good.
Then they have a new TV series coming out based on Harry Potter.
Do they really?
Yeah, they're rebooting the TV. So they want to make it a TV series instead of like a movie set.
Okay.
And
So-
apparently J.K. Rowling is completely in charge of that.
So what is it going to be, like the original set, or?
So it's basically a Harry Potter reboot, but in TV form. That's what they're gonna do.
I mean, I don't know. That sounds like it's going to be pretty rough because that's going to be new faces, new characters. Well, is it still like
Yeah, but I mean, as long as they do it
if they do it right, but at the same,
correctly.
well, yeah, but at the same time, they still, you know, Harry Potter, like what the first movie came out in the early 2000s, late 90s.
2000 was it 2002 or 2001? I don't remember. Maybe it was 2001. I don't remember.
Yeah, but you know, for what 22 years now, estimated 22 years, people always associate Emma Watson and or Daniel Radcliffe
Yes, I know.
with Harry Potter, and I can't remember the guy's name who plays Ron.
Rupert Grint is his name,
I think so, yeah.
which is why no one can remember.
Yeah, Rupert. Yeah. No, I mean, everybody associates those three with Harry Potter. You know, it's iconic. I mean, they literally grew up doing the series.
Right.
So, I mean, it could be something for a newer generation, but at the same time, for all of us that like the original and like the books and the original, it's going to be really hard to watch it, I think.
Well, like, I mean, my only silver lining right now with this is that J.K. Rowling is completely in charge.
Yeah, that's true.
So unless she approves of it, they're not going to do it.
Yeah. One thing I wish they would do is, like, follow the story after Hogwarts or something. But
She'd have to write it.
that's true. But it would still be, I mean, it would be something, because everybody loves Harry Potter, just the main story of it. But isn't it at the end of it, I still haven't watched the rest of the movies, or read all the books. But isn't it at the end of the Deathly Hallows, like they go into platform 9 3/4 and then their kids are going off?
Yeah, they have like a time span.
Yeah.
Very long time span, though.
Yeah. So it'd be cool to see something in between that, or like that, or following the kids' story of how they follow. I mean, kind of like, I guess, like kind of like the Boruto thing, Naruto, Boruto.
Well, yeah, that would be good. But I mean, she has a website though.
What do you mean?
So have you heard of Pottermore?
Oh yeah, no, I've been on Pottermore. But how does
So they
how does-
rebrand. I mean, I know they rebranded it recently in like the last 2 years,
Yeah.
but everything written on that site was written by J.K., so it's all canon.
Yeah.
So you have everything from what Ginny's been doing, what Harry's been doing, what Hermione's been doing. You've got
Okay.
backgrounds on other characters.
Yeah. Okay.
So she's
Okay.
got that. It's not like it's.
Well, yeah, but of course everybody wants the theatrical version of it rather than sitting down and like, oh, book's so boring. I'm just hallucinating a dead paper or dead trees. You know, because people are weird. Read books. They're good for you.
I agree, but you actually have to read, not skim. It's just.
I've not done too much skimming. I have so many books sitting on my right, and there's only 3 of them that are. I can't say 3. There's a good 12 books. The mass of that number being manga that I actually read, instead of skimming.
Yeah,
so
but
you're,
manga's good. I mean,
we touched on that last week. Really quick, we brought up Starfield earlier, and it says on your Starfield reviews. What
Yep.
all have you been reading for it?
it's been mixed.
Mixed.
Like, it is super mixed. It's got, like, it's a Bethesda. So, this is my thing. It's a Bethesda game.
Yeah.
People kind of understand what that comes with.
Yeah.
So they're okay with some of these glitches, and that's fine. I'm not gonna, like, completely freak out. But then there's these outlying reviews that give them 10 out of 10. It's just like, what?
Yeah, that's probably from the people who never touch a Bethesda game, and they're looking at it thinking, huh, this is like Star Wars, but different. Because I think I like every time I see a space style game, I always think Star Wars, just because that's.
Yep.
I didn't grow up with like actual sci-fi. It was just Star Wars all the time. So.
But yeah,
Like-
I mean, I think so space travel.
Yeah.
How they marketed it. There's not actual space travel in here,
Okay.
apparently. Like, there's a lot of, you played Mass Effect, right?
I played the Minecraft thing that they put out like.
You never played Mass Effect?
I have never played Mass Effect.
So their space traveling UI is basically what Starfield is doing.
Okay.
So like in No Man's Sky, where you can like land and fly to planets,
Yeah.
you can't do that here.
Oh.
Like, Starfield won't let you do that. You have to actually click on the thing and hit land, and then it'll give you like a loading screen. So that's another thing that people are doing with is loading screens.
Yeah, loading screens. No. The fact that you can't. So I feel like that's what the really fun part is, like, of No Man's Sky and stuff like that, where you can actually go and touch down on the planet and land it yourself.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a big. I feel like that's a big downfall already.
And then people are complaining about exploring on the planet as well,
Okay.
because there's a barrier where they will stop you and go, wait, you have to pick your ship up again and land in a different location ahead of you, and then you can explore that location.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Bethesda was thinking on that.
I think they kind of. I think their engine is one of the massive issues.
Yeah, I mean we talked about
It's
that.
old.
Yeah, it's very old. We've talked about that a few weeks ago. By the sound of it, it sounds like they're using the ship as a rendering point to load in the rest of the planet or something.
Yeah, and then another YouTuber found an issue with this as well. Because every time you land, so every planet is randomly generated. It's not consistent.
Yeah.
So if you grab a landing point, and there's like 4 things that you can do there, and there's a mountain you want to look at and climb, you have to lift again, plant yourself again, and then it re-renders everything randomly.
So then, like, the mountain would be...
So the mountain might not even be there, and you might just...
Okay, wait. Oh, wait, so that's also what? Because at first, you're not even able to choose where you land, right?
No, you can choose, you can land wherever you want.
Okay, so what happens is you get put into a loading screen and you get re-rendered into the planet.
And it randomly generates whatever it wants to generate.
Okay.
The issue is if you lift off again and then you re-land, it's going to randomly generate whatever it needs to again.
Yeah, that's gonna. I feel like that's, if it's not already a huge issue, that's gonna become a bigger issue.
And then I think the other issue, and another guy complained about, was traveling from point A to point B. When you see a point, there's nothing in between.
Really?
It's a dead planet. It's literally, you gotta walk anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes just to get to a freaking point.
If it's not blocked by a barrier. So...
They're a little farther out, although it's apparently random. Now, this is all PC play. I don't know what the console situation is, but...
Well, from what I've talked to my dad, because he's been playing it, on Xbox, he said it's great, and that it runs really well and stuff like that. I haven't really heard any complaints other than he got shot down by space pirates like 5 times in a row before he finally decided.
Yes, that's a common thing too.
I mean, that's what the game is: space pirates and space guns, like every other game.
Although the other complaint I hear is they don't teach you everything.
Really?
So if you go into shipbuilding, you have to learn it all on your own without any tutorial. They don't give you a tutorial for it. They don't.
Yeah. Granted, it still has been in what, you said early access, correct?
Yeah.
So I mean, this could just be their way to just dump everything out and say, what can we fix? How do we fix it?
I don't think so. I think they're pretty much done with it. They'll probably do a couple patches to fix some of the glitches though, because that's just a normal thing they do.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if they're doing DLC yet. Nothing's been announced, so...
If they're having this many issues with the base game, I hope they're not doing a DLC. I really
well,
hope they're
overall,
not doing
the game scores aren't bad. Like, it's a good game. It's not like a terrible RPG.
Yeah. But I feel like it is going to get pretty repetitive and annoying sitting there needing to move your ship around and all that, and then everything re-rendering.
Well, yeah, no, but I mean, if you're doing it for space exploration, they advise you don't do that.
Yeah.
Just play No Man's Sky, because you could do that in No Man's Sky perfectly fine.
Well,
So apparently this RPG is mainly... The story is apparently good.
Okay.
Or at least that's what everyone keeps saying. I have higher standards when it comes to stories, but...
Yeah. I mean, come on, we talk a lot about The Witcher and stuff like that.
But apparently the main campaign is 15 to 20 hours, not too long.
Okay.
But apparently after that is when the game really kind of kicks off.
After the campaign? Really?
It's like their side quests are long.
Okay.
You can join factions, you can get jobs.
Really?
And then the jobs have their certain set of missions for whatever company you decide to work for. So yeah, I mean it's a sandbox.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean that can at least add some more work into it. Give the people more to do.
So like overall, I think anywhere from like 80 to 85, sometimes 90 scores is what it's getting right now.
Okay. I mean that's not terrible though. That's not
Yeah,
terrible
true.
But,
Now graphically, it's not there, but it's not bad.
No, I mean I I assume the graphics is, of course, not going to hit the. It's not going to hit a lot of these other. What's my phone going off then? Oh, damn it, grandmother! She calls me and then everything breaks. I love her. No, I think with what's graphics-wise, I mean, of course they're going to have their issues because it's Bethesda, and like we said already, their engine is already really outdated that they refuse to update.
Yep.
I think if they were to, well, there's really nothing they can do other than update their engine. But of course, they're not going to be at the standards that CDPR is on, and from what I've seen on GTA 6, there's really not much that they can really do for it right now, unless they want to break their engine, use a different engine, or break whatever system they're running on. So.
It would be really scary with Unreal Engine 5.
Oh yeah. That would break everything. You would need a US government-grade supercomputer to run that. Granted, you could also...
The other issue is it took him 8 years to make this game.
8 years, really?
Yeah, this was an 8-year development process.
Wow. Yeah, that's Yeah, I got nothing for that 8 years. Wow, I mean that's impressive that they stuck with it that long and really put that work into it. But
well, to be fair, they got bought in the middle of their development process, so that was interesting.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that was about right at the tail end of them working on it, huh? So that was a few months ago. No, that was actually longer ago.
So didn't they buy them 2 years ago?
Because it was Microsoft that bought Bethesda. It might have been 2 years ago. I don't remember.
Neither do I, because I know before that Sony was talking to Bethesda about doing their exclusive thing like they normally do.
Microsoft was like, yeah, no. We're gonna stop that before it starts. So, I mean.
But yeah, I would compare this game to Mass Effect, is where I'm kind of like getting my comparisons from.
Yeah.
Because it's very, very similar. Like the combat is fantastic. The enemies, they scale, which is really annoying, but there's no level cap in this game.
Okay, so I mean that's good.
So that's interesting. AI-wise, they do need to get better, but
yeah, I mean, from what I saw of my dad playing it a little bit, it's still very Fallout 4, Skyrim.
Yep.
Yeah. They'll wake up and start getting, that... People have been making fun of the Skyrim AI since the game dropped, so... it's... Again, it's the only thing Bethesda... we've gone over this in so many other episodes already. I can't say so many, this is what episode 4. We've talked about it enough that all they really can do is change and update their engine, fix it, and move on. Because their engine, at some point in the very near future, that engine, Unreal Engine 5 is already smoking them. But they're not going to be, they're going to start getting left in the dust just for that kind of stuff. And Bethesda, if they don't pull their heads out of their backside, they're eventually just going to be another dead gaming company where they're going to get completely bought out and swapped.
they won't get bought out.
Well,
Microsoft is not they're not going to sell
Well, no.
Bethesda anytime soon.
Well, what I mean, see, they've already gotten bought out. They're, basically what I'm getting at is they really need to get with it, or I feel like things are going to start going sideways for them. Because people now are, a lot of people now are wanting to play the games because of the good graphics and all that.
Mhm.
I mean, we just looked at the Crimson, what was it? The Crimson one?
Crimson Desert.
Something
I
like
keep
that.
confusing it with their original title, which was Black Desert. So that's why.
Black Desert's already a game.
Yeah. So the same studio who made Black Desert
Oh,
is
they're
the one
doing-
who's making Crimson Desert.
So they just changed the color?
I think isn't Black Desert an MMORPG though?
Yeah, it is.
That's what I thought. So no, I think they're switching to an RPG, and not
Okay.
like an MMORPG is what they're doing.
Okay. I mean, yeah, that could be good. Like,
Although I am scared of gaming for PCs in the future.
I'm already scared with mine. I mean, I can run the newer update for The Witcher on like almost max graphics.
Mm-hmm.
But because my issue is like I don't have enough time to like actually sit down and game a lot, so I'm not buying any games that are just dropping. But I feel like if I ever do pick that up, I'm gonna have to first take out a loan and upgrade this PC. Because I mean, it does great for what I use it for.
Mm-hmm.
But if I want to push it any further, it's going to be pushing it. And I don't want to have the same issue I had on my old one, where I don't know if I just blew out my graphics card or if I accidentally deleted Windows. But my buddies think I accidentally deleted Windows. But that's a whole thing for another time. Whole thing for another time.
So you watched that movie, right? I'm assuming.
So, me and my family, we're amazing. My mom wanted to play golf on the Xbox,
Mm-hmm.
so we ended up playing 2 rounds of that. So I didn't get a chance to watch the movie, but I looked at some stuff online. I do get the general gist of it. I am wanting to watch it though, because it seems like one of those disturbing, like, okay, what the hell type of movies.
So the main actor, his name is Levi something. I don't know his last name. I didn't really care about it too much.
Well, yeah,
But that dude can act.
really. I mean, I can see if I can find a quick snippet here. Because, the basis of the movie is a kid who... so what, it's a 15-year-old, or 15-year-old kid or something like that.
14,
Has a
15.
thing. He has a thing for his babysitter.
Basically.
And then tries to come out to the babysitter and goes nuts over it. Right?
Essentially.
So, why would you even have to babysit a kid on Christmas though?
Well, because his parents are going out to something. To be fair, they did set it up for a second movie, but they never made the second movie.
Oh, okay.
I wonder if do I have it?
I mean, I'm watching the first trailer. I mean, it's bad enough that the dad's kind of hitting on her. So,
True. I mean, to be honest with you, she's not. I mean, she's cute, but like, I was just kind of like, okay, really? You're just.
yeah, it's not anything like.
I don't think she did that good.
So. So what? The boyfriend. Okay.
And to be fair, that boyfriend's not even that attractive. It's like-
This is like Home Alone. If
Actually, that's what they compare. It's Home Alone, but with extreme violence and
yeah.
like, I mean, there's extreme, like, there's guns, there's
Yeah.
he kidnaps his babysitter.
Kidnaps the babysitter and just completely tortures her boyfriend.
And then he kills his friend on top of that. So it's like he goes from obsessed with his babysitter to the psychopathic killer that's just like, alright, fine.
I'm gonna have to
But
follow
throughout
more
the
Shudder
whole
stuff.
movie, I was like, oh my god, he's giving me Joker vibes, which...
Yeah, and like that kid doesn't even look that old. That came out in 2016.
Yep.
So I mean, he could easily. I'm not gonna say. He could easily do a Joker. I mean, as long as they don't give him the whole, Suicide Squad Joker role, I think he could definitely.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that.
I don't know, like the Suicide Squad Joker. I mean, it was a good version of the Joker for what they were using it for. But to all of the, to sit in all of DC, that was not the Joker.
Well, to be fair, they highlighted Harley Quinn, they highlighted Will Smith, and they highlighted John Cena, and that's about it.
Yeah. I haven't even watched the new Suicide Squad just because none of the like my favorite characters in the original Suicide Squad were at the time it was the Joker and then the Fire Guy. I thought those guys were pretty cool.
I mean, on the second one they did Killer Shark, Boomerang.
Oh, Boomerang? I thought Boomerang died in the first one.
No, they brought him back in number 2%.
Okay. He didn't even last that long in the first movie.
And then they do some of this crazy adventure. Of course, they're gonna do that.
Yeah. And because they had Killshot in the last one, right?
Yeah, he still came back for the other kid.
Yeah, because he didn't get let out of prison in the first one,
Nope.
right? No, he got to see his kid. I remember because he got to see his kid, but he didn't. Yeah. But I don't know. I think superhero movies and stuff like that have just gone downhill by themselves. Because, well, I mean, it's to the point where it's been done so. I don't even know how to explain it really.
There's too much fatigue.
I think so because we had Marvel going on their huge streak,
Yep.
from Iron Man 1 up until I'm gonna say Endgame because that was their best. That was the good line of movies.
Endgame. I didn't watch it. I gotta be out. I didn't
You haven't
watch it
watched it?
at all. No,
Really?
I had no interest in it. It was. So to be fair,
How do you not watch Endgame?
because there's actors I just absolutely hate, and I refuse to watch her in any movie.
Is it the Captain Marvel?
Yes,
I haven't watched Captain Marvel yet
because they
either.
put her. So apparently Disney had to cut her out
Really.
of Endgame.
So
So she was supposed to have a larger role.
Yeah, because I remember she was in it a little bit, but nothing too heavy.
She was supposed to have a larger role. She was supposed to be the hero that saves the day. XYZ.
So you're gonna
And
take
then
away...
she went on this little rant of I hate white men.
They
White
all
men
go
should
on
be
there.
watching this.
White men is what makes up half the effing movie.
If you watch Brie Larson's interviews, they're terrible. She's such a narcissist. It's insane.
I don't get why straight white men get all the bad rap, but it's really straight white women. They're actually just white women in general. It's like half the damn time it's nothing, but there's no word that I can legally say that will actually accurately describe it. It's just white men are the problem. Straight white men are the problem. How's that the
To be
problem?
fair, I don't think Black Lives Matter didn't help at all. But yeah, I didn't watch it because she was in it, and they cut her time down to 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So they
They
paid
should've-
her $4 million, and they had to cut her screen time down to 15 minutes.
Yeah. She shouldn't have been in the movie at all. if she's getting paid $4 million for that.
I agree, but she's been acting since she was a kid, so.
Yeah. Granted, Robert Downey Jr. did get a lot just for doing the part in Homecoming.
Yeah, but that's Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
He deserves the act.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I think, like we said earlier, Marvel, after they were bought by, they were good for a little bit after being bought by Disney.
Yeah.
But other than that, they've really driven themselves on the ground with doing the Eternals and now the Marvels.
Which is gonna fail.
Yeah. The only like really recent movie I've liked from them was Spider-Man. And
It's because they don't own it.
yeah, that's true. It's because Sony. It's Sony's ordeal. So I mean, I really like the Spider-Man thing, the Venom stuff. I really like Deadpool, which that's
Yep.
more in association with, but it's still under their licensing.
Yeah, but
And
the
then-
acting talent in Deadpool.
I love Deadpool.
Like, Ryan Reynolds is so perfect for that role.
I mean, I think that's why they make the joke of every guy having a crush on Ryan Reynolds. The guy can act for one. You watch him in interviews, he's funny as hell. But like you said, he plays that role so damn well. I'm really looking forward to the new movie. Granted, they're saying it's not going to be as raunchy because it's now going into the MCU.
You're gonna be waiting for a while.
Oh yeah, because of the strike and all that.
Yep. So,
but
like,
no,
they paused. So I know, because I know Hugh Jackman's in Deadpool 3.
Yeah.
In his
That's gonna be
original
fun.
Wolverine costume.
So I mean, I grew up, loving the X-Men animated TV show that they had out, and the Wolverine was one of my favorite superheroes growing up. So I mean, that's really cool that they're finally doing that. Kind of shocks me they didn't do it beforehand. But they also changed Deadpool's suit from now the iconic Deadpool to now the, I guess, more comic book accurate.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's a lighter version of it because it used to be the blood crimson red, but now it's a lighter kind of YouTube laybutt red.
Oh, okay.
That's the way I can describe it at the moment. So they're making little tweaks and stuff to actually throw it into the MCU, which it could be cool if they do it right. If they're able to do stuff with Spider-Man and Deadpool, because that was a huge story arc. That's been a huge story arc in the comics for a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, Marvel. It's Marvel. The only like I said, the only real movies I liked was the ones I listed, and then the Shang-Chi movie.
That was actually really good.
Yeah, the music in it I liked. The martial arts of it was really cool. That was my favorite part of it. I don't really see how it fit into the MCU, but it was cool how I don't see what significance it has currently to the MCU. But it was cool seeing how they did all that and how they brought it in with the Wong guy or whatever that was with Doctor Strange.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about him.
Yeah, because you see him in the fighting area with that weird creature thing. And he finds Shang-Chi, and then they go off and that whole story arc at some point.
They also brought him in on Spider-Man, too.
Did they really?
Mm-hmm.
What Spider-Man movie? Was it one of the movies, or?
I think it was their latest one, because remember, he had to go in multiple dimensions with multiple Peter Parkers, because they brought back the other two Peter Parkers.
Yeah, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield.
And they had
Yeah.
to do this multi-dimensional thing, so they had to...
No, I feel like I remember, because I know you see Wong's. I'm probably calling him Wong. It's his wrong name, and everybody's going to think I'm racist. But I remember he walks out with bags or something like that, because of Shang-Chi, they say, he tells Shang-Chi that they're going to go do training and stuff like that. And then he steps out with bags and stuff out of the Sanctum Sanctorum through the portal. So I don't know if that really is what's tying it over, or...
Like, I know they had to go to a specific area, and I don't remember much after that, unfortunately. It's been a while.
It was like, 2 years ago that movie came out?
Wasn't it 3 years ago? Was it like 2021, 2022, something like that?
Yeah, 2021, yeah. Crap. Time's going by too quick. I forget.
It's time.
Okay.
What did you expect us to
I mean, consider I'm sleeping for most of
do? You sleep?
it. It's so shocking.
Yeah, a little bit.
I mean, well, off topic from everything that this podcast is about, I just got a new job.
Why?
Because the water park's closing.
Oh, okay.
So for
that makes
context
sense.
for the viewers, I was working at a local water park, and I haven't actually had. I had 2 shifts, or I had 4 scheduled shifts in the course of 2 weeks. I'm barely scratching dirt. I could have transferred over to the adjoining amusement area, family fun zone is what it's called. So I could have gone over there, but I decided, instead of taking a pay cut and the exceedingly annoying drive through a small town into a downtown spot where it's the only entrance or the main entrance onto a freeway, I'm gonna go with the job that's closer to me, because I do not drive. So, yeah. There's that overview. So I'm probably going to be losing a lot more sleep, but that remains to be seen.
You just getting paid more?
I'm actually getting... So, I'm making I'm going to be starting out at $13.50, and then after I make the $13.50, after 90 days, I'm going to be making $14. And because I did work at the praised Golden Arches, every 4-year-old's favorite place, she said that I can't, since I have experience with that, previous experience, and I've worked at a few other, like one other fast food type place and a restaurant, that I could easily figure things out and move through the ranks, which I'm hoping is not a false promise like it was the last time. Because then I'd still be at McDonald's if it wasn't.
Okay, so to be fair, at McDonald's.
It's McDonald's.
And this is what I don't. So I am not gonna move up period in the story not happening. I'm not interested in it. And on top of that, you have to open up your schedule.
Yeah.
And I don't have time for that.
Well, the thing is, like, my schedule is pretty open, Monday through Friday, from early in the morning to late afternoon. That's pretty open. Just because I can't, be to there that's the biggest issue, because the general manager over there is a complete idiot, in my opinion.
It's not that bad.
I'm mixing that to myself.
Well, to be fair, so even on so this is what I learned on write-ups.
Okay.
That if the supervisor doesn't approve the write-up, it's automatically canceled. It does not matter.
Okay.
So the supervisor has to approve each write-up, especially if Jackie writes it, the supervisor has to approve it.
Well, I like that they're doing. Oh, you stupid kind white. I like that they're doing that. Just because they were writing people up for her rules rather than corporate rules.
What is a franchise, though?
Huh?
That's a franchise. It's not technically a corporate location.
Well, like what I mean.
Not
is,
saying you can't. Not saying that we have.
Yeah.
We have to listen to corporate rules.
Yeah.
That's.
Well, yeah. What I'm meaning is because we had the handbook, we have X, Y, and Z rules, and we are told everything in orientation that we need to know immediately. But then we were told, okay, well, if there's just nobody at the store and you can't come into your 4 o'clock shift, call the person who's opening. That way they still know. You know, communicate with people so you can figure it out, because, you know what, I'm going to call in as soon as the store opens. If I'm down sick, I'm not going to be sitting there waiting up. You know, I'm going to do what I can so I can feel better so I can come back the next day. You know.
What you're supposed to call them that for. This is what they suggest.
Well, yeah, that's what they suggest, but ultimately, you know, we're not in control of everything. You know, I was told by one of the managers that I can call whoever's opening. And
You can do that too.
Well, yeah, but once I did that, I got a write-up on my last day, which was just a waste of paper and ink. But no, it's yeah, because I just feel like they should follow what rules we actually have to follow rather than everybody
So the rule on
else's.
calling in, you're supposed to call the store. You're not supposed to call your opening manager.
Well, yeah, but
So you call the store, let them know, hey, this is what's going on. I won't be there tomorrow. Try to cover it if you can.
yeah,
If you can't, it is what it is.
yeah. I don't know. Like I always try to sit there and say, you know, hey, this is what's going on. I'm letting you know ahead of time. But they didn't like the ahead of time for some reason. But that's I could talk all day about my issues with that
Yeah, I
place.
know.
It's because I have at some points. Anyway, since we've gone way off topic, topic? I wish I knew what a topic was. Sounds like a different kind of fish. So really quick, we're way off topic. Simulators. We talked about them
Yeah,
briefly.
so, the only reason why this is down here.
Okay.
How far is too far in simulators? Because
They've already gone way too far. I mean, if you oh god, if you turn off, if you go on Steam and you turn off how it blocks certain games, if you turn that off, they've already gone way too far. Because I mean, there's games where you can have sex with the devil.
okay,
There's a lot of strange simulator games. Yeah. I don't suggest looking because you're gonna see crap you cannot unsee.
I mean to be fair, I've played. So I got into visual novel games on Steam.
Okay.
So the downside about this is you have to be 18 because they're technically pornographic games, technically.
Okay.
So I'm gonna be honest with you.
Okay.
The only reason why I even started getting these games is because I was like, all right, porn game, boring, no story, all about sex, X, Y, Z. I look in the
Okay.
comments, there's like, oh, this story was really good, the characters are amazing. Like, what the hell?
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, all right, you know what? Let's give this a shot, see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
The stories are fantastic.
Okay. Okay.
The characters are amazing,
Mm-hmm.
and it sucks you in. Now, yes, there's.
I mean, in like which sense? Because you just said it was a porn game, so.
This is why they're adult-only games. So,
Well, I'm
but
you
they're
said
really
sucks
good
you
at
in,
the
so-
stories.
Okay. Okay.
No, like the characters. Like
Yeah.
they flesh out these characters.
Okay.
They're
okay.
not boring. They're fleshed out.
Yeah.
There's actual storylines. There's actual emotions in it,
Okay.
and which surprised me.
Mhm.
It's like, what the hell? This is an
Yeah.
adult-only game. It's not
Yeah.
what I'm expecting.
I mean, I haven't played any of these games, so I wouldn't know.
Well, I was gonna wait till you're 18 and then start adding
gonna-
these on because
Yeah, I'm gonna wait too. But I mean, the only people say 50 Shades of Grey is a great movie, because of the story of it. And everything else is just
yep.
bonus. So I mean, I say they've already gone too far. But if they're doing better than most of these big name companies with storytelling, then have at it all you want. You know, I don't. As long as they're not, you know, doing Dahmer crap where they're screwing open the side of heads and that whole gross thing. I'm sorry. How do you even like?
What?
How do you sit there and say, "Yeah, I'm gonna drill the side of your hole open"? Whoa! I'm gonna drill a hole in the side of your head, and
Trying to be completely off your rocker.
I'm sorry, but like that's like next topic.
Coming from a horror guy, that's weird.
Well, it's okay. I love horror, but it can still be horrific. I don't like the fact, like the Annabelle thing still is like the reason why I like horror so much is because it does have that underlying like kind of truthful element, like the Conjuring series and all that. I love the Conjuring series, especially like the Annabelle story and all that, because you can hear and read and listen to actual interviews and all that. Which is also why I really like the Warrens, because they have all their documents and evidence to back it up. But the whole thing about it again is because it has that true story element, which makes it a lot scarier because it's something less dramatic. How the hell do you say that? Something less dramatic happened. So it's more the fact that somebody actually went up to, you know, killed somebody and then decided, you know, buzz a hole in the side of their head and start doing ungodly things to it. It's the fact that it's happened, and it's happened. I don't know if it's happening. I hope it's not, but it's 2023 and the world's going to hell in a handbasket, like you said. But anyway, simulator games, yeah, they're great. Takes you out of life completely. The graphics might not be great, but it's a good game.
Yeah, but who wants to clean a pool?
It's the same thing.
Why a pool cleaning?
I mean, there's games about flipping houses, pressure washing. You know, you can be a goat if you want. I think it's, you know, it's what simulator games are for. It's to pull you out of what you're already sitting there doing, and you know, it's like any other game. It's to take you out of your reality and put you in a different one. It's just doing it to where it's a little bit closer to home, I think. But you're still able to have the fun with it rather than sit there and actually work. Because
so I'm curious, where's the fast food simulator? McDonald's simulator? Like,
I feel like there would be one. I'm gonna look on Steam.
Now they did make a game called Denizens, which is a life simulator.
Okay.
Now again, early access, they're not complete.
Hey,
like
really
90% of the PC games.
Yeah, really quick. On Steam, there's currently a PlayStation PC publisher sale, up to 75% off.
Okay.
And somehow The Last of Us 1 is only at 20% off when it should be free.
It's again, very popular game.
Yeah. Granted, they have Uncharted Legacy of Thieves for $30. Days Gone. Wow, I actually did not know that there's this much PlayStation games on PC. Like Horizon.
Days Gone is amazing.
Oh yeah, Days Gone is. It really is. They also have Spider-Man and Miles Morales, which I didn't even know they made a Miles Morales game.
They did. That was their second one.
I didn't even know they made it.
So they made Spider-Man, then they made Miles Morales.
Yeah.
And now they're putting them both in a game.
Like, in your opinion, which Spider-Man is better? Like, who would you say is your favorite? Like, Spider-Man or Miles Morales Spider-Man?
I don't know. I haven't played the Miles Morales one.
Well, have you seen any like the movies or anything with those characters?
I saw the first animated one that they dropped, but they didn't really showcase his powers. They more showcased who he was as a person.
Yeah. Well, yeah. The part 1 of the multiverse, across the multiverse, it goes a little bit more into it's nothing really special. You can like electrocute things, which apparently is the same. Like from what was in the movie, it's the same thing. It's the same kind of power that Hobie Brown has. And Hobie Brown's the punk Spider-Man.
Oh, okay.
So that they had that power in common. But yeah.
I mean, of course, he's also a genius, so that's
Yeah.
every Spider-Man's got to be a genius.
Oh yeah. Just the nerdy genius that everybody thinks is weirdo.
Now, I will admit, though, they're following the comic route, so
Oh yeah.
that I actually enjoy that a lot, because I know they
Oh, yeah.
shipped Miles and Gwen because they were actually officially shipped in the comic.
Yeah,
Only
that's
reason why they did that.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm really liking about the whole Spider-Verse thing. Like I haven't watched Into the Spider-Verse yet. I haven't watched the
Yeah,
first
neither
one.
have I.
I watched.
I
the
heard
newest
it's really good, though.
one. Oh, the newest ones. Yeah. The original one I heard was really good as well. I just have not watched it. But no, it's just I mean the characters in it's great. Because the whole movie is based on like emotion type stuff. So like I'm sure you've seen it all over YouTube after the movie dropped. They talked about how different colors change and stuff, and how there's different visual representation in it, like there would be in the comics. So I think they're really pulling it. They're really doing what I feel like a lot of movies should be doing. They're getting the emotional factor into it. Yeah, they're using more visual representation, but it's I don't know. I'm just talking myself in circles. It's a great movie. I suggest everybody watch it. If you like that kind of animated stuff, it's just they just do it really well.
It's also
I know-
Sony.
It's also Sony. I mean, Sony does things great. I have mixed feelings on PlayStation, like the system, but Sony themselves, they do
Why?
Spider-Man really.
I mean, their systems aren't bad.
It's not the system. It's
Except
not bad.
recently.
Yeah, I mean, we were just talking about controller drift issues. It's not terrible.
Although again,
but
with game issues, and with the gaming issues, I keep debating between whether it's the developer or the hardware.
with which part?
Any other games, because I know Madden, EA's now fixing all the slow menu UIs. They're also fixing a bunch of other shit because I didn't realize was wrong.
Can they fix Titanfall, please? Like maybe. I feel
I
like
guess it's still bad.
I still don't know if they fixed the servers. I haven't cared to go on and look.
I doubt it.
But yeah, they have one hacker coming and they don't touch it for jack. It's just broken. But yeah, going back since we're back on the video game front, what's going on with the role playing community with Bethesda?
Nothing, actually. But
Okay.
they need to do something because Bethesda they make sandbox RPG games. That's what they do.
Yeah. That's what
So in
they're good at.
Bethesda, you can roleplay, and to be honest with you, I did this in Cyberpunk
Okay.
because I got super bored after a while.
Okay.
So what I ended up doing, so in Cyberpunk, there's a schematic later in the game where you can get called the Yinglong or something.
Okay. That sounds a little inappropriate, but sure. The Ying Long.
So it's a submachine gun that you can craft,
Oh, Ying
and
Gun?
if you yeah, it's a gun. So it's a
I
gun
think you said
schematic.
Long. I thought you said Ying Gun. Okay.
No, it's called
Now-
the Yinglong. Is what they named the schematic, but
Why
so
does
it's a
like...
smart submachine gun that you can craft and you can sell.
Okay.
and if you maximize your crafting level, you can sell that for like I think it's anywhere from 1,200 credits to 2,400 credits per gun.
Okay, that's not bad.
So what people ended up doing, and this is kind of why I ended up role playing as like a corpo
Okay.
gun seller,
Mhm.
so I can craft a bunch of those guns, and so I'm making anywhere between, depending on the drop points.
Mhm.
Because I had to drive around the entire, like, each drop point has like 20,000 credits max per day.
Okay.
And the next day it resets, gives another 20k. So on each drop point I'm going around, and I think in a day I made like 300,000 credits
Okay.
in like a day.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of fun too, because then you're adding a whole different like playstyle to Cyberpunk. Because it's already, the city's already pretty alive at the, with the AI.
Yeah,
Um,
there's still issues.
there's still issues. I mean, it's
Which is really sad, because this is the PS5 version of it.
yeah.
And
And I
I
mean,
also
we're-
found out, so this is when I got annoyed with Cyberpunk is with CDPR. So I bought their digital version
Mhm.
because I'm tired of using discs.
Yeah.
That crashed on me like 3 times,
Okay.
and I couldn't get it to run. I was like, you know what? I'm curious. So I put the disc version in. That runs perfectly fine.
Yeah.
They had not patched it, and I'm just like, okay.
Yeah.
Like-
Yeah, I don't get that. I mean, we talked about it last episode. I don't know if we actually talked about it last episode, but they're supposed to be getting the huge patch and the whole rework and all that with the police reworks, and the city's going to become more alive with all the different gangs having their different interactions that you can either join in on or leave alone.
Yeah, but will it work?
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. Will it work? Because I mean, it could just be like a huge patch where where they try to fix everything, or it could just be that they're adding all this hoping that it works, or they're just fixing what they need to fix so it works. Because they've
And
already
this is CDPR. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't expect them to make a role-playing RPG, because that's not what they really do.
yeah,
They make good stories, they make you love the characters, and then they kind of move
Right.
you on to the next whatever. But those,
Yeah.
on the other hand, want you to sit with that game for the next probably 6 to 7 years while they're
Yeah.
working on Skyrim.
yeah. I mean, let's see. We got handed Skyrim, and then we got Fallout a few years later, just to sit there and keep playing a different version of Fallout.
Mhm.
Or I should say 2 different versions. And then we had Fallout 4 and then 76.
Yeah, but 76 was their online multiplayer.
Yeah, which it's still going pretty strong. I mean, if you get into the game now, I mean, you're still gonna have a chance to work up. But there's also people who are completely maxed out, like my father, who has 6 different maxed out characters.
That would explain Starfield. Okay. That's why they did that. I was kind of curious. Like, why would you max someone out?
Yeah. Level caps are fun.
Not in Starfield, there are no level caps.
Good. It kind of makes me wonder though, are they going to, do they have like enough items to go through all those different levels, or is it at a point where you just unlock it all and then you just keep leveling up?
It depends on what system you're playing on. So apparently a PC user used some of the old PC cheats that you can use on console commands from the old games, and found out some of them actually work in Starfield.
Okay. I do know with Starfield that a lot of modders are having fun with it already.
I heard that too. I don't know what they're doing with it though.
Well, like, apparently people are already adding like Millennium Falcons and all that into it. I wouldn't put it past modders that apparently is some big Death Star or something like that, or that they somehow add a whole Star Wars story arc. Because these modding communities are crazy with what they do with this.
Which is fine. I'm hoping that they do this, because I think Bethesda needs to get into this
Oh yeah.
and not fight it. Because I know, like, Rockstar fought it, and then they lost.
And then
Now they're dead. Now they're joining forces.
Yeah, it's like, alright, well, can't beat them, join them, so now you're on our team, let's work together to make this fun. Which,
And, like,
But-
Bethesda's more open for it, because you can tell with Skyrim. I mean, modders have actually stopped with Skyrim Or at least the console modders stopped.
Really?
Yeah, like the console modders kind of gave up after a while because
I know. I mean, that is probably a lot harder to mod for console.
yeah, probably,
But
especially on the Sony. 'Cause
I mean, I haven't looked into it fully, but I do know that there was an article that came out. I haven't read it, but they say that Skyrim's finally dead.
probably.
Which I don't doubt. With now there's Starfield and all these different Fallout games, and then there's also the Elder Scrolls 6, I think, the new Skyrim that they've been working on for a century.
Which won't be out for another. I can
It's
guarantee you, give them like 5 to 6 years on that,
Oh yeah.
and it'll
But then-
drop. Now, I just so the guy I recently started listening to,
Mhm.
which is really surprising because he's a skeptic, which is fine. I actually like his mindset on video games and kind of companies in general.
Yeah.
But he's kind of concerned about Bethesda's Skyrim 6.
Yeah. I mean,
The
with all
reason being is that they're taking too long to drop it.
it's going to be outdated by the time it comes out.
That too, because 2028, 2027
That's
is
too
kind of
long.
where they think the next gen consoles will come out. So
That's still-
PS6, Xbox 6, 7. I don't know what Xbox got it.
Xbox is weird. Because they had the Xbox 360, and then they went Xbox One, then Xbox One X. So I mean, the Xbox 2.
Well, I don't know. That's why I'm like,
I don't know. Microsoft is weird with their consoles. I mean, at that point, we might as well have the Nintendo Flip. That was the DS. No, I think it's. I mean, I'm all for making it. For these companies want to make a great game, but at the same time, they have to get it. I feel like Bethesda bit off more than they could chew because, excuse me, 2027, 2028. That's far too long for this game. It's already been. People are already upset that it hasn't come out already.
Yeah,
it was
true.
it was announced like what 6 years ago, 7 years ago.
I don't even remember. They don't talk much about it.
No, but I mean, if you're gonna keep barging in here, I'm gonna start making you knock. No, but it. Yes, hello. I love you too. It's. Cause like what we just got an overview of what the map's gonna the basic shape of what the map's gonna look like, the little fly through. But other than that, we really haven't had anything.
Yeah, that brings me to another point. Starfield maps.
Starfield
Not the
maps.
best. Not the
No?
best. Not
I mean,
happy.
Why is that? What's going on with that?
Like, the galaxy map is fine, but the planet maps suck.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, it's trying to figure out itself, and it's probably 12 years old, and doesn't know what's going on in their body.
Because there's no detail on the planet map. 90% of it's barren except for the 4 or 5 random points that they're going to give you.
Yeah.
And then that's all you get.
Yeah. I mean, I think if they're to add different kind of critters and creatures in it, that could definitely add more. That, or if you can you find space powered hideouts randomly on these planets, or?
Yeah, they're generated though. I mean, they're more like military outposts, but
Well, because when I saw my dad playing it, it looked empty.
depends on the planet.
Okay.
So some planets are designed to be empty but resource heavy.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's other planets that are designed for you to kind of fly down and see what it randomly generates.
Yeah.
Whether it be, and then apparently sometimes ships will even land on the planet that you're on.
Okay.
And then they'll count that as an event that you can go figure out what's going on. You can go steal the guy's ship that he just landed.
Yeah. I mean, it's a great concept, but if it's not alive and I guess bustling,
Their cities
also-
are, but that's
Well,
it.
yeah, but like what I mean is like if you go to these different planets, you're not seeing any alien creatures running around. You're not seeing Yoda on a rock somewhere.
Well, there's
I think-
creatures. I just don't, I let now what I don't. I haven't played the game
Mhm.
because I can't afford it
Yeah,
until I drop it on Game Pass, and then I'll pick it up. But
yeah.
yeah, there's creatures on planets. I don't
Okay.
know what the rating. I don't know how often they come up or spawn. I don't think
Yeah.
anyone really does.
Okay.
So it's not
Well,
like a boring game.
Yeah. I mean, like like with all things, with all these games, as long as they do it well, it can easily take off and become a bigger ordeal. I think Bethesda should really pick up on what CDP. I cannot like stop talking about CDPR. They are my favorite production company here.
I don't blame you.
But like, come on, they don't have loading screens hardly at all.
That's an engine thing. It's not a.
Yeah. So again, going back to it all, the basis of Bethesda, change the damn engine, and then we can talk.
They're not going to though.
I know. Which at that
They
point,
make too much money.
boycott Bethesda then. It's not gonna go over well. But
The only thing I see happening is if Microsoft goes, okay, you gotta switch your engine. It's just not.
yeah. Because it works for what they do. But at
Right.
some point, like we're experiencing already, it's out of date. It's dated already. It's going to become more dated. And not only that, but I mean, their new games that they're working on with, with the newer Skyrim, that's already going to be way out of date by the time it drops. So, I'd like to know how they're going to fix it.
Creation
the same
Engine
time-
3! That's what they're gonna do.
Yeah, probably. Bethesda engine. Yeah, probably.
Although, to be fair, I did. Like, I heard some guys said that their original engine,
Hmm.
their second engine is better. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
But it's still not where it
It's
needs
still-
to be
it's-
when it comes to next gen hardware.
It's still Bethesda. But
Yet they still win.
I wish I knew how they. I'd like to know how they still win. Yeah, that's.
I think it's content. I honestly think they win because of content.
Yeah.
Because I said this about Hogwarts.
Mhm.
Once you finish the game, there's not really anything else you can really do.
Yeah.
Unless you didn't do the side quests.
Mhm.
But Bethesda, on the other hand, they also have a new game plus, so
Okay.
that kind of helps.
Yeah. So I mean.
Which I heard is interesting.
Really
Yes.
was
Because apparently, once you load up the new game plus, they give you like two separate options to do. So you can either play the game again all the way through, and if you pick that option, companions have new talking. They give companions new lines.
And what game is this for?
Starfield.
Starfield. Okay. I mean that's great and all, but that's
I mean, their
What's
other
that?
option is you can skip the story and then just go free play and have fun.
I mean, it's what really is new conversation options going to do for the story, or for like obviously
might
they do
be.
well for the story, but like, what is it really adding to like the meat of the game? You know.
Honestly, I don't know, because like I was kind of curious about what happened after you beat the game, and then would the credits roll and then they like kick you to the main screen, or do they let you do they reload a save?
Yeah, that. Yeah. Well, I mean, New Game Plus is a whole other ordeal because, I mean, um, like some games do it and they do it well. Other games they try to do it. I feel like more games should be doing it. Like Super Mario Odyssey should have tried doing something to it, or at least something after.
Hogwarts Legacy should have done it, but they didn't.
Yeah. I mean, there's a DS game that I have that was, it's the, like, Adventure Time, like, DS game. I've actually beat it for the first time since I got it, like, 3 months ago. I was so happy with myself. But that actually has a New Game Plus. For a DS. So, I mean, I'd like to see where, what's going on, but it's, yeah.
Also, I heard Baldur's Gate is ruining people, so.
How is Baldur's Gate ruining people?
Because it's a really good game. And so, again, the game mechanics are so different. Because I know, like, Starfield's persuasion mechanic is crappy.
Okay.
Have you played Oblivion? I don't know if you played Oblivion or not, I don't know.
Very lightly.
Their persuasion mechanic with the little wheel thing and the point thing, that's kind of what they did.
Okay.
So, people don't really like it because it's more of a, I don't know if this is gonna work.
Yeah.
And with Baldur's Gate, it's a dice roll, so everything's random. There's nothing that's like for certain.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's kind of how that's how D&D is. And I know that's what they're trying to directly mimic.
But it's ruining people because it's like, okay, I'm like.
Well, I mean, you should have like different stats in persuasion and all that, so it shouldn't affect your dice roll. Where you can add on to it or something like that. But
yeah, but you know how you play one game and then you kind of take some of their mechanics and kind of plant them in another game, and then you're just kind of
yeah. I don't know. I think that just depends on what people like to play and what their style of playing is, really. Yeah, because I mean, what are you really going to do when all these games already mimic each other so much? Just like everybody out there, you go out just walking around, outside. Everybody mimics each other. Everything mimics each other. How are we really going to get a game that's going to set things apart, but still be enjoyable?
Someone needs to take Shadow of War's Nemesis system.
Yeah. Yeah. Like
that would help out so much.
I think if we can get that, and then we get Cyberpunk mixed in there.
See, that's what I was thinking too, because I was like because I know Odyssey kind of had it a little bit, not like to a point where, because like in Odyssey you can fight other mercenaries, or if you get a bounty on your head, you're gonna have someone coming after you.
Yeah, you'll get a random mercenary, which there's like a whole roster of them.
Yeah, you can actually kill them all too. But like that system with Cyberpunk and the Nemesis system would be really good.
Oh yeah, because I mean, if you really think about it, Cyberpunk, I don't know if in the story you already have different characters that are going after you just because you are becoming a big name on the streets.
Not really. I think they kind of stick to Arasaka.
Well, I mean, your character's a big name on the streets, right? Because eventually you start doing anything with the Voodoo Boys and and the Tiger's Claw or whatever they're called. You start doing things with all these different spots, with all these different gangs. So I think, in reality, these certain people from these games would get upset and start getting mad and start trying to go kill out the big dog, you know?
I don't know. Like, see, now I'm thinking about the story. They have to shift the story so much.
Yeah. Which I
Because
mean,
in the story, if you're a big in Night City, no one messes with you. That's just how it is.
Yeah. But mind you, you do work for Gex. You know, you have all these different people that you get work from that are leaders of their own games and stuff like that.
Not really. I mean, Dex ends up dying anyway, but...
Well, yeah, but I mean, the Asian lady, doesn't she have her own gang or something like that?
Yeah, she's a fixer.
Yeah.
She still has to be careful.
Yeah. But like what I'm getting at is these. I feel like, you know, on your way up to the top is like what you would have people trying to go in and mess you up. But you know, that's of course they're going to do it how they like. But I feel like if they want to make games really in depth like that, then do it all the way, or try to. But
I mean, although, the modding role, I think what Rockstar's gonna do might pave the future, I hope.
oh yeah,
I know Cyberpunk did it before Rockstar did it, so...
I don't know. I mean, I'm really looking, like I said, I've never played GTA, but I am really looking forward to this GTA 6 with how highly it's already being talked about.
Gotta wait for a year.
Yeah, I might pick up.
What you get is pissing people off.
Yeah, but you know, it's if you want a good game, you gotta wait. You know.
Yeah.
90, you know, like well, not even 90% of the time anymore.
Yeah, but how long are we supposed to wait?
Yeah.
And I think this is where Microsoft is. Well, I think this is why Microsoft is going indie a little bit. Because they're like, okay, while you're waiting for that big AAA, we're gonna throw you like 100,000 indie games that you might be interested in to like fill that time with.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
because they're gonna get bigger.
Yeah.
Because these RPGs are gonna get bigger. They're gonna need more time to develop this stuff. Now with AI coming, that should help out a lot.
Oh yeah. But it's still going
especially
to take
with
time.
scripting.
Yeah. That's still going to take time though, because then they have to go through all the script and fill that out and fill in the gaps that the AI did. Well, like, I don't know how foolproof this AI is. I haven't looked into it too much, but
so there are videos. There are certain PC games. I mean, one of them is not a PC game. One of them is more of a demo from Unreal Engine 5.
okay.
But I mean, I think that's free to access. I think, pretty positive. The other one, they made a detective game thing. It's again, it's not like a full blown out game.
Yeah.
But you actually physically use the microphone to talk to the AI.
What?
Like, they're not button prompts, they're like, hey, how are you doing? And then the AI will answer you with that.
Now that makes me uncomfortable.
Why?
I don't like that. Why would... Why? Just why?
Again, AI is new, so they're testing boundaries.
Well, yeah, but people already talk to Siri like it's their best friend.
But the AI actually responds with natural responses.
I've given up. It's all I can think of is that stupid Perry the Platypus meme where it's, you know, every day we move further from God or something like that. All I can really think of when we talk about this stuff.
It's gonna get worse.
Oh yeah, I know it's gonna get way worse.
Because I know Disney's trying to move on to it, assuming they survive the next 3 read.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to.
They
If
might,
they
or
do.
they'll get bought out.
Yeah, but I mean that's not much of surviving because now they're under new rules and regulations.
I am scared that they'll get bought out though,
Yeah,
because I think Apple might go.
Apple.
Apple's got a bank. So Apple has $200 billion just for cash spending. That doesn't include the income they already get from.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
So between them and Google, or yeah, them and Google, I would think if Disney ended up literally like just completely being demolished and all right, you're done. We got to sell the company. Everything's on sale.
Yeah.
More than likely between Google and Apple.
Yeah.
So that would be kind of interesting, though.
Yeah, because they do both have their own streaming services, huh?
Yep. And you're bringing all of Disney content, so it'd be Marvel, Fox, which includes The Simpsons.
Yeah, which is really big. Which is kind of weird that Disney owns The Simpsons in a weird way, but then yet Universal also owns Simpsons.
Not really, because Disney owns Hulu. So does Comcast. So in business, it's more about percentages.
Okay.
So I
That
think
makes-
Disney owns a certain percentage, Comcast owns a certain percentage of Hulu.
Okay.
Now eventually they're gonna now by the end of this year someone has to buy each other out.
Yeah.
I don't know how
That's-
Disney's gonna do that.
Yeah, I mean, at some point it's literally just going to be one huge company that umbrellas all of it. But,
But in typical contracts are percentage wise.
yeah.
The companies get bought out.
Yep. Well, is that all we really have for today, or?
Yeah, pretty much. Until next week.
Uh,
Although I don't know what's gonna go on next week because Starfield's gonna be the
it's
Big
gonna be
thing
talk
for the
of
next
town. Everybody's gonna
month
be,
and a half.
Yeah, everybody and their mother's
Well,
gonna be.
like even the reviews on Starfield, you need at least a month minimum
Yeah.
to get like a proper review of this game.
I mean, that's just what the sheer size of it, huh? So, yeah. I mean, we'll see how it works, but I'm looking forward to it. I think Starfield's definitely gonna be doing some good work.
Yeah, hopefully, and I'll be able to do some role playing. So that'll be.
There we go. I'm gonna hopefully find something to talk about for next week because I don't contribute much of anything, if anything at all.
Not your fault. You're busy.
Yeah, but anyhow,
I mean, hell, my week was annoying.
wasn't.
I had a cold all week.
Oh, fun.
Went to class once on Monday, and then my teacher's like, "Yeah, I would rather have you full and actually in concentration, and not concentrate." So he's like, "Come back when you're healthy. I'm not worried about it."
Yeah. Well, nice. So, I mean, at
So
least
I went to class on Monday, and then from Tuesday to Friday, I didn't go to class.
well, I mean, at least they gave you the option, though.
It's one class. It's not like I'm
Well, still.
taking.
Still. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
fun
I'm still
having-
trying to get over a cold. So
I'm still trying to get over, because, like, literally, I just got this job on Thursday, and I start tomorrow.
oh, okay.
The joys of joining the fast food world. They always need you. So, yeah, I'm already starting, and I was, like, struggling to find a job this whole week. Well, I've been struggling for a while now, but, I finally got the job. And now I gotta get settled in that, and so I had the orientation tomorrow, and then everything from there. So So much. And like,
I was about to say you should go work with Ashley Furniture, but.
what's that? Ashley Furniture.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because it's either warehouse. Because I mean, I'm assuming you know how to lift heavy objects
Yeah, I mean,
with like a dolly.
Oh yeah, as long as
They start at 50. So I worked at Ashley for like 3 weeks. Now again, I can't. I'm 5'2", 5'3". It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
lifting big heavy couches is not really my thing.
Yeah, I mean, a dolly that's taller than you is a little.
I mean, I could like there's certain things that I could do. It just took me a little while to do it, and then after a while, the manager's like, "Okay, so here's my issue.
Yeah,
You got to be able to do this by yourself, and I know you can't, and it's not on you."
yeah,
So I
Yeah.
did that for like 3 weeks, but they pay really well. The company's really, really good.
Yeah.
You get to build stuff with because you got to build first sometimes.
yeah. Well, that's not bad.
The downside is it's in Boise.
Yeah.
And this
that's
is like-
not bad.
This is like past. I think it's past the airport exit. So, but to be fair, they do pay a lot. It's not like
Yeah.
this is not like crap pay. This is like.
Well,
So
yeah,
I think when I was there, it was at 15.
that's not bad at all.
So it's probably at like anywhere in the 20s. And you can either do warehouse work, or you can be like a driver driving one of the trucks, or you can be just a helper
Okay.
on the trucks and delivering furniture to people unloading. So
I mean, yeah, that's not bad at all. I mean, I would do that work.
you might need a car first, though.
My thing at the moment is like I just landed the job I have. I hope I can stay there for at least a year or two. I hope.
Well, I mean, hey guys, if you want to help us grow this channel, so me and him can just like stop
Yeah.
working on 9 to 5s, that would help too.
Full-time. Yeah. Like, subscribe, and do all that fun stuff. Really need it,
And
please.
then for our Spotify listeners, I do appreciate you listening. Not even just.
Yeah, we haven't even touched on that. Thank you guys for those who have actually downloaded and like and stream and podcast. It really does. I mean, this is a side project so far, but I think we both are kind of hoping to make this into a full-time thing at some point.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why we're doing it.
Well, it's also fun.
I mean, yeah, it is fun. I mean, when you get sit on your butt on a talk, you're not sitting there doing real work. Just
Well, I mean,
mean,
it's
what-
still work.
well, yeah, but I mean, at some point it's going to be we have to play games and watch movies and TV shows to have something to talk about, which I enjoy all those things.
Yep.
As long as I can still have my 24 hours to myself, I'm set. That's it.
Right.
All I need is one day. Now I'm
But
good.
just guys, thanks for watching this episode. We're like an hour 43 in, which isn't too bad.
No, not bad
I
at
think
all.
last one was like an hour 37.
At least we didn't do a 4-hour episode like you did the one week. That was what episode?
So it was
2?
only 2 hours and 29 minutes. But,
I mean,
which is weird because I had a smaller list.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, we went way off topic. Like, we're really good at going off topic.
I know we're doing it now. So.
Yeah.
But anyways, thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. We will see you again next week.
Have a good week.
I
Be
don't know
safe.
when I'm getting this episode up, by the way.
Whenever this episode goes up, have a safe week and don't. I feel like we should have like a little tidbit that we like tell people like a little piece of wisdom at the end of each episode, like the moral of the story.
There's no moral.
That's true. I don't know. Like, should we? Like, I'm just gonna search up a weird fact. Like, I'll give a weird fact. So there we go. Let's see. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Nothing.
I'm going on the website, see if I can find some.
But seriously, guys, comment your opinions down below, because if it's just me and him, there's not enough opinions.
Alright, so here's the weird fact for today. From 1953 to 1957, NBC's Today Show had a chimpanzee co-host named J. Fred Muggs. It is estimated he brought in the network around $100 million.
How would a monkey make you?
I don't know. I don't know. It's NBC. They can. I don't know. Here's another weird fact. Since I found another one that actually kind of strange. Apples, peaches, and raspberries are all members of the rose family.
I mean, they're not wrong.
I mean, there's a lot of weird ones. Like, apparently, Canadians eat more macaroni and cheese than any other nation in the world.
Really?
Apparently, what it says.
Huh, that's interesting.
Snakes can apparently help predict earthquakes. They can sense a coming earthquake from 75 miles away up to 5 days before it happens.
Well, I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, they're literally...
They're on the ground. It's not like...
Yeah. Reader's Digest, that's always a good place to go.
No, it's not. They make shit up all the time. It's annoying.
Yeah, that's true.
In fact, any magazine you guys read, 90% of it is made up shit.
I mean, literally this. Roller coasters were invented to distract Americans from sin. In the 1880s, hosiery businessman Lamarcus Thompson hated that Americans were tempted by hedonistic places like saloons and brothels. So he set out to straighten up one of the most immoral places he could think of, Coney Island in New York. There he built America's first roller coaster to give New Yorkers some good, clean fun away from seedier bastards.
Okay, I mean, to be fair, that one actually makes sense, though. But to be fair, I doubt he did it to that extent. I'm pretty positive he did it because he wanted to make money.
Yeah. I don't know why that's funny, the seedier places. That was just funny.
It's New York.
Yeah.
In whatever year he did this, so I mean...
Oh, that was fun.
I mean, you've seen brothels in Witcher 3, right?
I haven't gotten that far, but... No. I mean, the
So first of all, you need to get a PS5, period. Just like...
My desk
Eventually.
I got so much junk crammed in this desk just because I have no other place to put it. Like, it looks organized, but it's not.
Alright guys, we went a little off topic. I apologize. I'll see you in the next episode.